Let's move on to dividing rational expressions. Let's start off easy by dealing with rational expressions with monomials in the numerator and the denominator. Before we even get involved in the variables, let's just remember how to divide with fractions when we just had numbers. For example, if I had 2/3 divided by 4/5. Remember that if we divide a fraction by anything, what you do is you multiply by the reciprocal. So this would be the same thing as 2/3 times 5/4. So I could multiply these together, but just for a moment I'm going to go ahead and leave this as 2 times 5 over 3 times 4. So I could multiply these together, but I also want you to understand that I could start dividing now. For example, 2 and 4 both have a common factor. Both of these are divisible by 2. So basically I could divide 2 into 4, and that's going to make 2. So when I rewrite this, alright, I'm still going to have the 5, I'm still going to have the 3. Maybe I'll do this in white. But 2 goes into 4 twice. Alright, so you can divide ahead of time. So that's going to leave me with 5/6. Now, of course, I could have just multiplied everything together and divided afterwards, and I should get the same answer. So I could have done 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 4 is 12, and then I could reduce, and this reduces down to 5/6. But I was just making a point. Now, with that background, the key thing to remember is that when you divide a fraction, you multiply it by the reciprocal. So this would be the same thing as 15 over 3n times 19 over 12. So you multiply by the reciprocal. Now there's no reason not to reduce the 3 and the 15 right now. Alright? 3 goes into itself once, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. Okay, so 15 over 3 reduces down to 5/1. So at that point, I really have 5/1n, or just n, times 19/12. So I will go ahead and multiply these together. So 5 times 19 okay, that's 95. So I've got 95 over 12n. And that's really all we can do with that. So this is going to be the final answer. Notice that n cannot equal 0 because that would make the denominator equal 0. So there's a restriction there.